Ezekiel Elliott gonna take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, 69 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Well, they said they wanted to have some explosive runs. How about that one to start the game?
And I would say on the defensive sideline, there's a lot to answer for. Because you spend all week saying, stop the run. I don't care who you're playing. You don't want to get run over. You don't want to get run past. And they got both. Over-committing in the secondary, and he just went stepping past them and is still running, essentially.
One play, and he hits pay dirt. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. And the former Heisman winner, this is Mark Ingram. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They run. It's Mark Ingram. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. From the gun, it's Jackson. It's complete to Snead. Oh, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. Here we go on 4th down with Jackson. That's to his running back, complete. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson, escaping the pressure right. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. Credit the tackle there to Jordan Lewis.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Jackson from the shotgun. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9.
It's been a long day for you.
From the gun, Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Defensive end, DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat. The start of this game shaping up nicely on that visiting sideline.
Yeah, how about that? You get your points on the opening drive. Then you get a big sack there on third down, and you make the home crowd go, shh.
There is a hush indeed. On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. And the punt kicks out of bounds, and they will spot it right at the 25-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense? Ezekiel Elliott gonna take it the distance. 20, 10, touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Cowboys are able to show off their quick strike ability. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0.
14, Ravens nothing.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10.
He's coming. Mike 5-4. You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me.
Jackson on 1st down. Forced out to his left. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a pickup of 11 at a Baltimore 1st down. Mark Andrews continuing his great start to the season with 6 receptions for 99 yards in Week 6. He's really become Lamar Jackson's go-to guy, leading Baltimore in targets, receptions, and receiving yards. And he's tied for the team lead in receiving touchdowns. And his 34 receptions and 3 touchdowns, that matches his totals from all of 2018. And right now we're only through 6 games. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
That's another Baltimore 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Now Jackson on 1st down. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this 1st quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Yeah, let's get sack lunch.
Here's Jackson throwing again. They go screen. This is Ingram. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
54. Mike 54. Hey, we got to get this stop here, D.
On 3rd down, Jackson. Flush to his right. Oh, he's going to go for it all. Got a man. It's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Seth Roberts 36 yards as they are now on the board here in the first half. So he scrambled right but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find the target.
As you know, in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run,
and he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Cowboys are able to show off their quick strike ability. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And it's now 21-7. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Alert 3.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
On first down, Elliott. Pernell McPhee in there on the stop.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
On second down, it's Elliott. And some room to roam now. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott on his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Marr now to add the extra point. He knocks it through. It's 28-7.
Next to score, Cowboys 28, Ravens 7. Brett Maher is set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. Here's the throw, dropped off to his fullback. And he'll wind up losing yardage here, back at the 21-yard line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
Set, hut, 60 out low. Check, check, watch 54, watch 54. Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense, let's go. Shift.
Throwing is Jackson, eluding the pressure right. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. To throw on 3rd down, Jackson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Jeff Heath, the strong safety, able to get in there on the coverage.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Watch the screen, watch the screen.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Elliott. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Patrick Onwuasor up to make the tackle. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And that play will go nowhere, losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 3rd and 10. Prescott to throw it. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. The screen does get him 9, but it also brings up a 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Running with Elliott. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. The type of game that he's having running the football, there was no doubt who they were giving the ball to.
So why didn't they just go ahead and go after him on defense, right?
Yeah,
if you know,
on him.
right, you know he's having that type of a game. Who else would you expect to get the football? I would have taken my chances and sold out defensively to stop him. And if anyone else picked...
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Past the 20. Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, 41 yards. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the rout is on here in this first half.
Ravens 7.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. DeMarcus Lawrence able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Watch 54. Come on. Hey, watch Sam. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. It's our time. It's our time.
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. He finds Roberts complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Sometimes we wonder about play calls, but this one made perfect sense to me. He's got the only touchdown that they've scored in this game. Tried to get it to him again on another deep ball.
Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it.
Go!
They'll try and throw for it here. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position.
You must be dreaming.
On first down, Elliott. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. 10th carry now for Elliott. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. On 3rd down, Elliott. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Marr able to put this one through. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 12 yards there and a first down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. All right, CD, let's have a little fun. Now that we're into October, I'm going to give you some AFC teams. You tell me quickly, contender or pretender. You ready?
Yes, let's do it.
All right, let's start in the East. Buffalo.
Contender for a wild card spot.
Okay, how about the Chargers?
Pretender.
AFC North, the Steelers.
Contender because the AFC North is a jumble.
Okay, and then lastly, let's go to the South, Jacksonville.
Pretender. Houston now in control.
Right there, 54.
To throw is Jackson. To throw on 3rd down. Flushed out right. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. DeMarcus Lawrence able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. Now it's Jackson, and they're going to try the screen. It's complete. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and that will force a turnover on downs. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. The first down run for Elliott will net him about 5 yards. It's 2nd down. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Again, it's Elliott. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. They lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. And they'll get this across the midfield stripe, but still winding up short of the 1st down. 5 yards on the screen, but that'll take us to 4th down. And Jason Garrett's going to leave the offense on the field. They're going to go for it here on 4th. They'll run it with Elliott. And this winds up a disaster, nowhere near the marker. Ezekiel Elliott not able to get it past the marker. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
Ready up. Mike, 54 is Mike. Check, watch 54. 22, Jet, Bomber. 22, Jet, Bomber. Kill. Watch that. Check. Neutral, focus. Control.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Buying time to his left. Now he'll throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And Xavier Woods with a pick. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Not the best of plays there as a quarterback. You're right-handed, rolling left, trying to throw it that far downfield.
I remember a coach of mine saying, son, that's the equivalent of trying to get the car keys out of your pocket with your opposite hand while you're trying to run. You just can't do it.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
He's not going to get me.
At the 23-yard line.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
On 3rd down, it's Elliott, and he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. Out now comes the Cowboys punter. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see, do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Jackson now, perfect since the second half started, 7 of 7. It's first and 10. Jackson now, from the gun, he'll throw. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Andrews. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be second and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes us second and 9. Out of the gun, they give to Ingram. It's a pickup of 3, and we have now arrived at the 2-minute warning. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
That's it, baby. That's it.
So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. Here's Jackson. He gets it to Brown. Complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 22-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Check 55, Mike. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball. Check 4, check 4. Shim. Get him on. West.
On first and 10, it's Jackson escaping the pressure right. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And nothing there on the return. They've got the football, but they'll have to start this drive at their own 4-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really... Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
Good starting field position for them as they come up first and 10, right at the 50-yard line.
Hey, 1-7. Check Mike 54.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's first and 5.
Mike 5-4. They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football. Right there. That's it. Right there. 54 Mike. Hey, Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
Jackson operating from the gun. Flush to his right. Oh, he's got some breathing room. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 in the first. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go, throw. Hey, 1-7. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Big stop, D. Big stop.
Operating from the gun. Jackson. That's into the hands of the tight end, Boyle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. Now Jackson throwing on first down. He'll buy some time right. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
We ain't giving up nothing today. 54 Smart.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. This will be caught by Brown. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th.
Watch the pass. Check 50. Check 50. Orbit. Mike 55. Mike 55. Watch the curl. Hurry.
To throw again is Jackson. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team. But I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. Oh, and it's a fake. They'll try and throw for him. And he's got it in the end zone. Bit of a surprising call here, down by as many as they are, but the fake works, and they'll get 2 points closer instead of 1. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And the Cowboys are able to recover. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
A 20th carry here for Elliott. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So naturally they will decline it. They got the first down anyway on the play.
Who needs a penalty when you picked up the first down through hard work and effort anyway? First down.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And really, it looked at times like they just had this one in cruise control out there.
Yeah, they deserve a ton of credit because you and I both know, heck, they knew. This is a tough place to play. Overcame that with ease, robbed home with an easy win. And here's the best part for them. It'd be easy to get to the airport because the crowd left pretty early in this one, didn't they?
Well, plus they have a police escort.
Okay, you had to spoil that part of it. Of course, they're going to get there. But think about how wide open things are now because this crowd didn't expect this.
No.
So they went back to the tailgate and said, let's go eat. This one isn't any fun for us.
Yeah, they took the drama out of this one pretty early on. So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. From Baltimore, so long, everybody.